Yep. So that's between Brett Wells and Baden Jackson. Uh, no, I think they just did the leg. Yep. Hello. Yeah. Well, Mia's been playing well as well, hasn't she? I played her, and yeah, well, yeah, she beat me in the last 16. No, only just though, only just 6-5. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, it takes a lot for me to get around the table, mate. Yeah, good sort. Oh, yeah. Usually it's sorted itself out now. Yeah, just restart it for the final. Yeah, that's no big deal. Oh, greedy, eh? One or two of them. Yep. Yeah, 1-0 to Adam. So Adam Lilly coming off a win against CO. Bit of an underdog in the whole competition, really. CO there. Um, and yeah. So Adam must be feeling pretty good to maybe take out this tournament. Mia beating Des, what was it? 8-4 as well. Another good game. Not streamed, but it's Mia's just knuckled down, kept her composure, and won the game. It's really just that simple, I guess. 44. Adam opting to take the yellow ones here. Bit more of a cluster in the middle of the pack. If he plays it right, should be able to clear them all out in the middle there. Don't know if it's the greatest angle to get onto the next ball. If he's going to play that one in the corner. Maybe rail first, come behind the yellow along the rail. Oh, yeah, yeah, let's go back. Yeah. Uh, but Brodie called it right, leaving that to the last ball, make it easy to get to the black. Good control of the white there. Yep, Samia getting one off the break. He probably has to go yellows here. I don't really see any reds on for her. Well, actually, maybe there's not even a yellow on for her either. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what she will be looking at for a last ball to get to the black. Yeah, judging the pace on these tables is still a bit difficult, especially when playing on cloth that's not new. Right up against the rail with a big 9 ball tip. This is not ideal. Flipped it though. Yeah, Adam with a pretty tough opening shot. Maybe he's going to opt for a safety. Yep. Yeah, well, this is something that we've been touching on this whole tournament, right? Is you need to be able to pot and play safe. Um, yeah, unfortunate. Well, Mia, to be a ball in hand. Not nice. Yep, yes, Adam just taking his time to just have a look at the layout. Just make sure he's all good. Yep, yep. Natural angle for the next read. Oh, yep. He's I can see him over at the table shaking his head. He's not got it. Wow, hasn't left her an easy shot. It looks like she might be going for the middle pocket. And she's got it. Yeah, that's always the problem. Oh, wow. Yeah, well done. Ooh. Yep. Yeah, pretty ugly yellow here. Well, I mean, not yellow, red, sorry. How's it going, John? Yeah, maybe you can start singing jazz things or something, I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to see him sing something around jazz. Yeah,
Does this need to be
yeah,
on?
definitely.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Sweet.
Yeah, sorry, we had a bit of technical difficulties with John's mic there. He's back now.
I just wish I could say that. Oh, yes. What a shot that was to open into.
Yeah, wow. Really opens it up for me, doesn't it?
It does, and it's a great release set because she was well out of position. Mind you, she was well out of position before, or rather in the previous frame, and she made an excellent pot, not just to stay in with a chance at the frame, but to get on the black the way she did and get get herself off the dreaded duck's egg. Well, Brodie did a, even though he wasn't actually mic'd up, unfortunately, I thought he did a magnificent job on
No, I
comms.
think he was mic'd up. I think he just knocked one of the cables out of the way when he got up. Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a tricky out, I think, yeah. Just with the yellow next to that big pack there and the yellow on the rail, it's just a bit difficult to try get position for the two. You might be looking
There
at
is
playing
a
forward.
Yeah, there is a small window in between the red nearest the rail and the red nearest that. So if she can manage to land into that gap, then she'll be sweet as. It just needs to get the speed exactly right here.
And she's nailed it.
It goes to
She's got a
show you what a funny looking angle it actually was. We thought she was perhaps running the other way, i.e., towards Bolt, but she in fact was running between the reds. So still got the speed pretty well. She's just now got the issue of having to use the rest, the tall rest or the spider with a small cue ball is not easy.
yeah, especially with her big 9 ball tip over there.
That can actually help, would you believe, because you've got more tip to hit the cue ball with, and maybe even more so because the cue ball is smaller. You want to get as good a contact as possible.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's gotten underneath it, and that was quite easy to do actually because your vision's slightly hampered. Obviously, you're not standing in your normal stance, so it's a fair bit of training to get your eye and your body adjusted to not being in your normal stance. Oh,
Ooh.
look out. No, he's going to get away with that, and he's already immediately
Oh,
put his hand up.
I don't know how much he's getting away with this because Mia could get this play off the rail here and potentially pot the ball. I mean, it's still hard, but it's not the hardest pick in the world, is it? and it gives her a natural angle to get to the black.
It does, and that's what she'll be relying on. The fact that this is A on. She's going to have to miss the red by a fraction of a millimetre, though,
Oh yeah,
because there doesn't look to be a lot of space. Where's the overhead camera would be excellent to show this, but you can see there's not a lot of space between the red and the yellow. It looks like there is, but
yeah, probably about 2 or 3 ball widths there, eh?
yeah, and with the line that the cue ball needs to travel on to get to it, yeah, that was probably the better option. Don't try and pot it, because then you risk missing it altogether and giving ball and hand away, and you've basically sold the farm. Play a safer option and make sure you hit the ball and make him finish.
Yeah, I just saw Mia switch cues with Healey there. It looks like he's picked up Healey's cue maybe to get a bit of an advantage with that small white and with the smaller tip.
It's unusual. I very rarely do you see players switch cues, and he's not hit
Ooh,
that very
left the
well at
shot.
all. But very rarely do you see players use different cues in the middle of a game, and maybe there's something wrong with her 9 ball cue. Um, I'm guessing something's gone wrong, or maybe she's done something to the tip, or maybe she's just not feeling it. Went for the bank, and she's gone well wide.
Yes, Adam will be looking to clear out from here, I believe.
Yeah, that just didn't sound right off the cue. You can usually tell this by the sound off the cue, if not the body language of the cueist. Carl Watson settled down.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, that's perfect. Just natural as you'd like, just to go off that side rail and be on that red and bulk.
So catch her in. It's race to 8 still, up in the top left corner there.
Yeah, I would suggest looking at the entire screen there, Katrina,
It might
not
be
just the
covered by a
playing
little.
area.
It might be covered by a little live button or something on the actual stream itself on Facebook. So, ooh,
That's fine. Obviously, you'd like it to be perfect, but it never really is. Lovely queuing once again. So Adam regains his 2 frame lead. 3-2, 3-1 ahead.
yeah, me at a break.
Interesting to see if she goes with the cue she's just picked up to break with, or whether she then switches to her normal playing cue as a breaking cue.
Yeah. Well, it could be that. Well, when I was playing Mia before on the last 16, I did notice that her tip was pretty thin on, especially on the 9 ball cue, which usually has like a bit of a plastic um barrel rather than the brass one. So maybe just not feeling quite right or something. Maybe needs to get replaced. I don't know. Um, I honestly couldn't be able to tell you. I just saw what I saw. So
So looks like Adam's just nipped off to the toilet or something, or has gone to get a
yes,
drink, or just a wee chill out. Gives me a chance to just take stock of where she's at. Something needs to drop, and it hasn't, so just to compound her woes. I lost the previous frame, and now dry breaks in this one.
yeah, she hasn't been very lucky off the break in the last couple of games. I think with my game, she didn't get a single ball off the break. But oh no, she got one. out of 6, 7 frames or something. Only one ball going down that whole time off a break. It's very strange.
Well, her issues mirrored Healey's because Healey against me and then against Brent, he was very unsuccessful off the break. And this has just opened everything up for Adam now, not just the break, but that particular shot there to split a few balls out and split that red out. Now it's just the black that he needs to work on, whether it's now or later.
I just got an update on the table 2 stream. It's 4-1 to Baden at the moment.
Over Brent Wells,
Yes,
there
over Brent
goes the
Wells.
black. Does he have a shot on the red to the middle pocket?
Just update that in the table 2 stream for everyone.
Red to the middle pocket looks like it goes, Lukas. I think we're still all on here. Have to remember to switch back to the main camera. I'm a shocker with that.
Unfortunately, we don't have TV crews helping us here, do we?
Yeah, we're
We'll
entirely
just...
self-funded. We do all of our own heavy lifting. Thank you very much. What I love about that shot that Adam played is that he managed to pick the gap on both occasions. He didn't hit the red that he's playing now, and he managed to float between the yellows to open that lovely angle up. He's slightly hampered here, perhaps with the two yellows and the black, and in fact having to cue from behind the yellows.
Oh, yep.
And quite possibly that's why he's rattled that.
Yeah, I always hate playing over balls like that. I just can't see the ball properly, personally. I know people can practice that shot as many times as I want. I just can't see them ever. I'll practice it as much as I can. And nah.
Still no good.
Nah.
Well, having Adam's hand where he did versus having his hand between the yellows and the black, it's actually easier to see down your cue with your hand further back, i.e. behind the yellows,
Yep.
as Adam did. It does mean it lengthens your bridge, of course, but you'd sacrifice that in a heartbeat for being able to see the shot better.
Yes, there's a bit of a two-way shot there if she missed that ball. Had the snooker there if she wanted it. Well, actually has it here now as well, I guess. But she's not gonna. I don't think she's gonna go for it. But this is how I look at all these shots. It's just what's a good two-way or something like that.
I think in this situation, she'll be looking for the kill. Very much a open table here, and
Yep.
you'd only switch back to the snooker if you get yourself in trouble, which you would imagine she wouldn't do, but of course, that ball closest-ish to the black and the one on the top rail there, those two could cause her problems if she's not square on either. She's taking the one top left on the screen now, or thinking about it at least. She's just got to be careful that she doesn't run too far. You want to rather be more in the middle of the table as opposed to towards bulk.
Yeah, I also wonder if it's tied up against the rail too. Still made a good shot though. Maybe overran it a little bit, but that's the risk you take when playing a shot like that, I guess.
Yeah, correct. If that had stopped just before bulk, that would have been perfect. But just kept on going. That little white ball, as as is its wont. Oh, look at this. I think there might
Yeah,
be a bank on here. She's gotten a little lucky that she hasn't scratched.
could be a
Or a
two rail bank.
snooker. Yeah. She leaves cue ball roughly where the yellow is. Or even about a ball width on a ball width past the yellow, the red just outside of bulk would be on. She could still play it as a triple. She trebles it and the yellow goes past the black into the right middle pocket, then that will hold nicely.
That's what she's looking at. Mm,
The other thing with that shot is that if she missed it, the chances were that the yellow was going to block the other red, which it hasn't done. But she's left Adam having to play the ball down the rail.
it's actually paid off for her a little bit. Um, Quite ugly on the yellow, but it's manageable shot for me, I believe.
Surprised Adam didn't try to play a drag type of shot there, because he's usually a very good drag shot player. Maybe he's not quite feeling those at the moment, and that's why he played it the way he did.
Yeah, wow, new cloth. Maybe just feeling a bit different to what he's used to. Just maybe you
Yeah,
just don't really know, do you?
no, and Mia plays on these tables quite a lot, so she'll know these like the back of her hand. So she brings it back to just a single frame, the difference. 3-2 Adam Lilly over Mia Cook.
Lots of people gathered around the table to watch this game, but you almost hear a bloody pin drop on the floor. Very quiet, other than congratulating players on the break. Oh, not breaks. After the frames are over, that's about it. Other than that, it's dead silent.
I always find that very unnerving when I'm playing. I'd rather people were making noise because if there's a hum of noise around me, then I can actually still focus on playing. Whereas if it's dead silent, then you pick up every single small noise and you have to try even harder to concentrate on your single task, which is
Yep.
playing pool. That's a massive break.
Yeah, he
Everything
got one.
seems to have migrated to the left side of the table.
Yeah, so that's the advantage of having a shark rack or a magic rack, whatever you want to call them. It gives you a bit more of a consistent break. It doesn't necessarily give you a ball down on the break or anything. You still got to do a little bit of work there, but it's just giving you a nicer spread, I reckon.
Correct. Also, you do have to know how to rack the balls on it properly, but that's generally not difficult. But I had issues with it yesterday. I just couldn't seem to get a good rack on it using it. So I just discontinued using it. I do actually like the shark rack though. I think it's good for the game. I know a lot of players will disagree with me, but I genuinely do think that it makes for a more fair and more attacking game because you get better spreads on average.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, like you say, it's a controversial, I guess, issue. Whether or not to have magic racks or shark racks within a game. I'm on the same side as you there, John. Um, I think they're good for the game.
Anything
Everyone wants
that,
a perfect rack every
yeah,
time, and that's the tool to make the perfect rack every time. So,
anything that makes the game better or easier to watch, in my opinion, has to be good for the game. And if you're getting more attacking frames of pull like this one, that's those are great to watch. People love watching those. And there are, of course, occasions where you've got quite tight frames with a lot of safety shots and tactical shots, and those in their own way are excellent to watch because it's a different skill set. But at the heart of it, the aim of the game is just to pop balls,
yep,
just like Adam's doing here.
yeah, no, this one will make it a break and run.
Very welcome break and run too for Adam Lilly. Scores the 2 frame advantage. Now 4-2 ahead of Mik Karam.
Keeping that lead seems like Mia maybe struggling to find a bit of pace, I guess.
Well, she was behind against you, wasn't she, earlier in the day? And
Yeah.
I think she might have been. No, I think she was always either level or ahead of Des. But then, of course, it was 4 each, and then she won each of the last 4 racks to win 8-4. So she is well capable of running a few racks.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's make no bones about it.
It almost seems like a player that really comes into the table after a few wrecks or so. So these longer races probably work out for her more than most other people.
Yeah, I mean, she'll be used to these too, playing a bit of 9 ball as well. They tend to play, or 9 ball, 8 ball, 10 ball on the 9 footers. You tend to play longer races, so
Yep.
you're conditioned for the long race. This game, or not so much this particular game where you get longer races again, but when you play CNZ, you're only racing to 3 or 5 normally.
It's very rare that you ever go past 5, isn't it?
And it's a bit of a shame too. You just the way that the tournaments are structured in CNZ, it doesn't allow for longer races because you don't have enough time. You've got a lot of players. You don't have enough tables because you can never get a venue large enough, so you can't have races of more than 5. I
Yeah,
mean, it's not a slight on CNZ. It's just the way it is.
yeah. Well, you did right there. Um, and the other thing is, it's a bit of a slower game as well. So a race of 5 can take a long time, potentially, with two tactical players. You know, um, Healey, Adam, all that, Baden, and all that. They can run racks like
Oh,
like it's
like no one,
nothing.
and this man on screen here.
Yeah, yeah.
Why they call him Lightning Lily?
Um, but if you play someone like Phil Wilkinson, he'll slow you right down if he needs to. Um, on a CNZ table, you know.
Mia Cook cut from the same cloth too, both literally and figuratively. Seems to be the way, doesn't it? Real grinders in that family. Obviously, you've seen Mia's ability to clear a table, yes, but her mental strength is probably what sets her apart from a lot of other players. Going to need it very, very soon because Adams just opened up a 3 rack lead. 5-2 now. Adam leads Mia. Being from that pool background where you're playing your members of your family and
Yeah,
you
well,
having to grind to win every match, it instills that in you.
yeah, well, it seems like they got a very big family all involved within Q Sports in some way or another, and all that history throughout the years and years of pool that rubs off onto the rest of the family, doesn't it?
Oh, most definitely.
And I've only been in this sport for a little while now, but yeah, you quickly find out who who they are, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, they won't exactly tell you, but you'll know about it.
Yep, yep. Right, Adam to break.
So Broken ran. Mia broke dry and Adam ran. Adam now has been successful off the break. So we could see 3 of them in a row here, folks.
Um, yeah, Lee Hildred with the comment here. Any idea on the payouts? I honestly have no idea.
Top
Um,
16, I think they get $200 and quarters, I think between 300 and 400. And I'm not sure what after that.
yeah, well, I guess we just lost too quick, didn't we?
Not through lack of trying, mind you. It's never a good sign for your opponent if Adams gaining speed around the table because that's why how you know he's in flow. Same with Healey. I mean, Healey's one of those players who doesn't take very long between shots when he's going, but he's no longer around, and Adam is, and you can generally tell when they stalk the table like that and then quickly down to their shot that they're in control. Very much like a predator stalking its prey.
Oh yeah.
They stay close to the table, they stay around it. The table becomes their canvas, and at the same time, the table becomes their prey. It's the same as the person that they're playing against.
Overrunning that one a bit, but I think he'll be alright here. He should be able to pop this one.
Could use yellow if he needs to.
Yep.
Doesn't need to.
That's two break and run that I've seen off his own
Oh,
breaks. Um, and I believe it was a run out against Mia after her dry break, was it?
correct. So
Yeah,
that's three in
so
a row.
Mia must be feeling the pressure now.
Oh, I think that's an understatement. Really do. She won't show on her face. She's very good at hiding emotion or outward emotion from people, but she'll be inside. That heart will start to beat a little bit quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Um,
She's going to need to fix this break. She cannot continue to break dry.
there
Yes,
we
she
go.
got one in. Could be in here. Yellow goes to the middle by the look of it.
Yeah, probably looking like the better option just with that yellow in the top right corner there. Um, but if she wants a safety option with the reds, playing that red into that yellow in the top right corner, trying to leave nothing for Adam to come back with, but trying to leave Adam nothing is a pretty hard
Yeah.
task to do, isn't it?
Well, you can't do it right now either. You'd have to pot a red and then go back to that shot. And oh dear. It's exactly what you don't need when you're several frames down. At least it made a rail, but that's
Yeah.
really inviting danger, that.
Well, it's what the second shot in the last three frames. It not easy to come back to the table after something that your opponent's done just like that, you know.
No, and she's going to have another nervous wait. Jesus, that white bit's feet. But she's going to have another nervous wait here. And just a hope against hope that Adam makes a mistake. Although this rack is not as open as the previous one with that yellow in trouble.
Yeah, if there's ever going to be a mistake, it's probably going to be now if he's going to try break out that yellow.
Not completely out, but it's more accessible and might even play this off the rail, you know.
I think he's looking at it, yeah.
Either way he was holding his cue. That was the out angle that he was displaying. Ooh. I think he's fine. I think he's fine. Thank you, Seal.
Yeah, he played well, CEO. Um, but I considered you a bit of a dark horse in this tournament. You kind of came in without ever playing in nationals at all, CNZ or um Super League, you know, and shown everyone who you are.
Never better words spoken. Never better deeds done than this. 7-2 now. Adam very quickly races to the hill.
Yeah, he ain't slowing down anytime soon either. He's sprinting there.
Somebody better catch that boy. Mia needs to get her runners on hella quick, but it will be Adam's break. And his break has been absolutely lightning, just like his play.
Yeah, well, if he can keep his consistency up and do another break and run, then it's all over for me, right? And if history's anything to go by, he's going to be taking it, isn't he?
Well, I consider that 4 clearances in a row because Mia had the first shot in the previous frame
Yep.
after breaking successfully, and Adam, I believe, potted everything. So that to me is another clear. And
Oh,
so maybe a wee slice of luck for Mia there.
yeah, I don't think Adams. It looks not too worried about the enough that he's made because he's so far ahead. I think he's got a bit of confidence and a bit of a buffer between him and yeah. So I think he not necessarily kind of winning mindset already, but yeah, a bit more confidence than me has probably got right now.
That was a big starter.
Yeah, so
Those
Lee
two.
Hildred here. Adam and Baden are potting clinical outs at the moment. Yeah, you're dead right there, Lee. I haven't really been paying attention all that much to the YouTube live stream, but um, yeah, every so often I look over and Baden's pretty much already at the table doing something, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's a massive flow player. He's a massive confidence player, more so than a lot of others. And
Yep.
you have to pry the table away from his cold, dead hands when he's in. But she's not got a great angle on those 2 reds on the right-hand side of your table, but she can, of course, switch back to them. In fact, probably better if she does, if she takes the one over the left middle and then works on the 2 near bulk, then she can get herself back to those 2 reds and then she'll be fine. Alternatively, she can take one of them now. She's got the safety of that ball
Yep.
over the pocket, and she was always going to get position, so that would leave the one nearest the cue ball as probably her last ball, just because of its proximity and ease of use for the black.
Yeah. Um. Fortunately, that red right in the middle there, just above the D, doesn't actually really have any pockets other than the bottom right there.
Yeah, but that's not really a problem. I mean, if she stuns or puts a wee screw on this, then she can access the area that she needs to.
Yep.
The other pocket that might be good for it is the left middle, which would just be a run through type shot.
Just not sure if that it passes.
That's fine. So
Yep.
she's got the option here whether she wants to take the one nearest the rail or to take the one that she was looking at outside of bulk, but she switched back to the one in bulk. Watch her queuing. She doesn't want to stretch too much.
She doesn't want to draw back too far if she decides to do just a drawback shot.
This is where that yellow over the right middle could be a real pain. Or she might even play off the yellow that's in bulk here.
It just got the position there.
That's a great shot. Under the circumstances, it'll be a good karma too. Just needs to run this in. If it just falls, she'll be pretty much straight on the 8 here. That's exactly what she'll want. Keep it simple.
And off the
Bounce.
rail, yep. Enough there for her to work with.
Yeah.
And she's in a pretty good position to even just slow roll this over the pocket if it doesn't go down, and then it covers the pocket for the yellow there. It'd be a pretty easy safety option for Adam though, but at least you're maybe potentially giving yourself another shot at the table.
Well, that's true, and you don't want to be leaving it somewhere awkward. Want ideally for that to happen
Nice.
right there, and right now. is where the work needs to be made, and Mia takes one further step towards that. 7-3 Adam Lilly.
Yeah, so Mia had a break now, and she's had a bit of success in the last break too. See if she can keep it up.
Yeah, no, and then obviously to pot the first ball after the break, which she
Yeah,
wasn't able to do. So whatever she did last time when she broke, do it again, because that seems to be working.
nothing
I think
really
this has gone
spreading.
dry. Yeah, it's gone dry. Reasonable sort of spread, although you've got that mess up near the black spot.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but Mia hasn't been using a magic rack that is available to them. Adam obviously using it there and getting very successful breaks. Mia not so much. There's an argument there to be said that maybe Mia should be using the magic rack and giving herself maybe potentially more
Oh,
chances.
unlucky. Just glued himself to the yellow. He's still got a shot, I think, on the one down table. But you are right. And Mia usually doesn't use a magic rack, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I
In
don't
fact,
think I've ever seen
Adam,
her use one.
well, that's dreadful. I think he was slightly hampered by the red there. But Mia actually was offered the use of the shark rack and declined, which is what the rules are. If you've got a shark rack and the other player doesn't, you must offer the use of that rack to your opponent,
Yep.
and your opponent's well within their rights to refuse, and in which case it's just you who uses it. But yeah, it's each to their own. This is a massive spot here. Probably thought she'd be shaking at Adam's hand the next time she got out of her seat, but a chance to continue this. Just interestingly, that red on the left side of your screen, between the bulk line and the middle pocket, that could go in off the yellow over the middle. Wonder
Yeah,
whether that might come into play at some point.
you might be looking at it now. I don't think there's many options for it at the moment. Maybe and trying to get position onto another ball is another um, issue here. He plays that red in front of her into the top left corner, run through, potentially getting yourself onto the other red to the left, but really stretching for position, I think. Opts for the bank there.
Look at the cue ball. You see, that's probably why she played the bank, to be
Yeah,
fair. She would have trusted herself to play a shot on that red in the middle of the table had she not missed. But the fact that she missed is she's left Adam long and difficult here. Ooh, we couldn't quite bust that yellow out.
oh, I think he's got a shot to the middles here.
He
Just a little bit
does.
of a backspin on the right hand yellow there next to the black. And then putting that other yellow to the left of the black into the other middle pocket.
Thank you, Stephen. Indeed, it was awesome to catch up with you again. Not this time. Somebody turned the gravity switch off.
Yeah, Adam shaking his head back over there on his way back to the chair.
He had the perfect angle too to just maybe slide in for the yellow, possibly to the left corner. Maybe it goes, or if it doesn't, at least to screw off it into the red to fray it. But also, he's shaking his head because he feel like that was his chance to sew the game up.
Yeah, and Mia with some clinical potting right there.
Conversely, if Mia's got a little bit of an angle here on this red to the middle, maybe she can go across to the one that's next to the yellow, because maybe that one goes.
Yeah, I think that I'm sure that's what she's looking at actually.
Doesn't need to move it for mine. Once.
Yeah, if there's anything about Mia's game that I've noticed is that she likes to play short position. She doesn't like to move the ball just too much. She likes to kind of keep things on a string, right?
Yeah, that's the way you need to play with a small cue ball. You look at the players who play professionally, they try not to move it around so much if they can help it. They try to keep it within a short, keep it on a short leash,
Yep.
because of the fact that if you overextend when you're queuing with it, then you run into all sorts of problems because you lose control of where it goes. Oh, that's beautiful down the rail. So she's going to try to mop up this mess down the bulk end of the table and then work her way back. She gives herself about a half ball roughly angle on the red to the left of the black, then she can bust the other one out, presuming
Yeah.
this one goes. Oh
Ooh.
no. Well, she did everything right too, but she just failed to make the pot.
Actually, really unfortunate for her there. She was definitely looking at that shot you said, playing up off the top right or coming into the reds there. Sorry, um, red and yellow pack there. I don't know if that yellow's on for Adam. It's kind of hard to tell.
Try and get
I
onto
have
it
to
now
think
if it's
so.
on. Get onto it now if it's on. Because if you fall short, you're on one of the other two.
Yeah,
But it must be on now. No, he's.
just,
Oh, I think he might have left a wee gap too.
she's definitely got a shot onto the middle there. I think.
I think she can pot this red behind that yellow that Adam just left.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even see that. Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, again, when the overhead camera might give you an idea, well, maybe not so much there. All actually looked like it was away from the pocket, but it's almost dead in the middle. So just quite possibly she's going to need to play the one in the middle and try to get on the one that's furthest left of screen. So she's on that one, which it looks like is. Then she can play that one and try to either get behind the other red and put it in the same pocket, or kick it up the bum, or even try to spot behind it for the middle.
She's looking, I think, at the long pot from um yeah, down into the bottom left corner. Sorry. Um,
Whoever is the simplest option, she'll take it.
I personally prefer going off the one or two rails and then coming into this, trying to pot into the same pocket, just like that.
Oh, that's so beautiful. What a time to play it too. Fantastic shot. She just needs to follow it up with another. A simple shot got her in trouble before. Little more application this time. Here you go.
Yep, there's me keeping it simple.
That's the one to go to keep herself in the match. And
Great
yes,
shot.
or as the sun rises the next morning
Yes, sir.
by the skin of her teeth. 4-7 at a milli.
Yeah, Mia hitting that halfway mark. Sure, she's starting to feel a bit more confident on the table here. Maybe feel like she might actually win this one. I
Oh,
know when you're,
definitely.
I know when you're so far behind, you maybe think, oh, it's all over. I know Mia's not like that, and she's definitely going to be fighting it out to the very end. But there's always those demons in the back of your mind, that isn't there?
She'll be just thinking, just give me a shot. Your break, yes, your break's been good. Give me a shot. Give
Yeah.
me a shot, and I can make magic happen. And she's a cook as well. She'll always know that she's in with a chance.
And
Ooh,
he's done the
everything
exact
parted
same
ways
thing.
for it to go in.
It's the exact same pocket as the last one.
All
That
the
he potted off the break.
all the balls that crossed the path, none of them intercepted it.
Reed's looking really good here.
Use a word I love to use on commentary. The Reds look yummy. Into the middle first. Got the option to play the one in bulk, but she's turned it down. She might be using that one in bulk to come back up the table.
Yeah, well,
Only reason you'd leave it there, right?
she got the option, so that red in the next to the black there, to come up for that other red down in the bulk eventually.
Yeah, there's a few steps in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah.
You want to try to get. I think the black also doesn't go at the moment. So one other school of thought is that you can move the black using that red closest to it.
Yes.
The other one is because it goes into the bottom left pocket on the screen, that you get yourself to that ball, red in bulk, possibly off the one in the middle pocket, and then leave one of these three reds up table to give yourself the best shot you can on the black into the corner. I'm not sure, you might be trying to do it now.
I think she's just overrun this one. I think she wanted a bit more angle to get to the red that's just up on that rail there. She still can go for that same
Hmm.
ball onto the rail. It's just she's going on the wrong side of the ball she wanted to be on.
I would still be taking that ball, the one on the right rail. If she can land roughly where she is now and take this one into the middle, then she gives herself a shot at the one in bulk, and then you can come back up for the one on the top rail, and
Yep.
that's probably your best link ball for the black. And either of those two balls, top right of your screen, are good for the black.
Uh,
Absolutely gassed that, hasn't she? As long as she can see, though, that one on the long rail, then she
yeah.
should be okay. It's hard, but it's okay.
They're playing off the rail now though. Sure, she's using a slight different cue with the smaller tip, but it's never easy with the small white.
No, no, most definitely not. Eighth of an inch is a lot of difference off the rail, especially with these pot black tables where the rail slopes slightly upwards,
Yep.
as opposed to the on cues where it's pretty much flat. Something must be on here. She might be trying to cut it in that corner.
Is
Oh, she's uglied them up. Bit unlucky there because I quite like what she was trying to do. One of those two reds up table to use for the black, and
Yep.
she was going to do it that way, take all the risk to do it. Knows you got to risk big to win big, and maybe she's
Well, she might be
possibly
counting
going to
on this.
strike out here.
She might be counting on this little cluster to maybe give her another chance with Adam's yellow cluster up in the top left there. It's not the easiest thing to deal with right now, especially since none of those balls have a pocket at the moment. There is the potential for a plant. Oh, and he's
Oh, he's
um
fouled.
just touched the tip again on the cue ball. That's a ball on hand.
He owned up to it very quickly. I think he would have had several people who would have called him on it had he not.
Oh, he's an
But
honest player
he's an
anyway.
honest player. He's as honest as they come. This this now becomes massive.
He is. I
Just
don't
had a
think
wee
any.
another wee hiccup near the finish line.
I don't think any of these players at this tournament would be trying to get one up on you on the rules and stuff like that. I think everyone's pretty honest here. Everyone
Yeah.
I've dealt with at least has been pretty honest. Even stuff I haven't even seen, they've called it on themselves, and that's
Oh, you get lots of mana when you play honestly. Tell you that right now. People remember you as being a good sport, and I'd rather be known as a good sport and a good person rather than just a good pool player.
yep. There's plenty of rules in this rule set that have been somewhat ignored, like the rule for
Mm.
racking with the racking rules and stuff being this specific color and layout and everything. No one's really been too fussed about the color and the pattern, I suppose. Um, I think that's a bit of a testament to the players here, as everyone's kind of understands that we're all just trying to have fun at the end of the day. We're not trying to get cheap wins off each other, right? So
7-4 Baden's ahead in the other semi. Same as this score as this game. Well, might have gotten a result there. Didn't get the pot. She did get the pos had she got the pot. Could be a bit squeaky. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter as long as there's a J in a specific place. It doesn't matter whether it's red or yellow, and as long as the black's in the middle. Oh, hello. Hello.
oh, that's a big shot.
He's tried to go gangbusters there, hasn't he? Bust all his homies out of prison.
He's got a pretty difficult pot here now. I don't know what the angle's like coming up the table.
I don't know if he's going to try this, although knowing Adam,
That
no,
looks
he's
like
not.
he's
He's going
going
to
for the
try and lay
safety.
up. Careful. No, he's
That's
good.
fine.
He's good. He's controlled that second kiss beautifully. Where's that danger when you do that? You kiss it and going off. Got to make a legal shot here. Makes a legal shot, then she at least forces Adam back to the table, play it as it lies. If he's got a
Yeah.
ball in hand, then the game will be pretty much over.
Is
Ooh,
it
down the
going?
rail. Look out, cue ball.
Whee. Not the worst result for Maya. We could potentially be looking at getting back to the table here if Adam makes a mistake. It's pretty easy to make a mistake here.
He can't get to those three yellows that are next to each other. He might actually be trying now to for a plant that
Yeah, well, it's actually a really good option, that plant, because he can just put a little bit of backspin on there, and lock that plant. Well, lock him up. Really,
oh, he's going for the pot. He's
ooh,
unlucky. The second one dropped. I didn't think that was on, but he's gone and proved me to be a mug. That's a fantastic shot for not a lot of result.
yeah, almost a bit robbed there, eh?
Oh, definitely. Call the cops. Such a good shot. He deserved position on something, and he hasn't gotten it.
But yeah, that's a risky take when you play shots like that as well. It can sometimes work out really well, and sometimes it can really backfire on you, as it has right here.
Do here, you try and clip off this and pot the red down the rail, turn it over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah, boy, this is difficult.
gonna remove myself from this shot because I have absolutely no idea what to
This is
do here.
almost a zero-sum game, this, isn't it? You could try to tie the 8 up as well. Looks like he's having a go for something here. Or we tried to play the carom. Ooh. He went for the carom off the 8, and he nearly potted the 8 out of turn.
And once again, another big shot that can really backfire. And
I don't think he had much choice, you know.
yeah,
Applaud him for having a go. I thought she was going to go behind that. Imagine if she'd gone behind it.
no, I think Mia's pretty solid there. I think she knew to either hit into it or just go in front of it. It should be pretty good
Oh,
here.
that's so
Yep.
good. Looks easy, but it's so easy to cock that up.
Yeah, how many times have I gotten down to these shots and forgotten to actually look at the pot?
Yeah, and you just end up making a massive fool out of yourself. Right.
Even five. The
The
game
Bee
on our
Gees.
hands.
I can hear the Bee Gees in the background. She's staying alive. This is an absolute belter, folks. You've got all the potting in the world. You've got all the steel in the world at the moment that Mia's showing.
Yeah, this game's really speaking to her mental fortitude, right? She one of the best at in terms of keeping her composure, I reckon, within the game itself.
You know that her mind's absolutely racing, right? Her heart's got to be going at least 10 beats per minute faster than normal, maybe even 50.
It'd
But
almost be interesting to
but
put
on
a
the
heart tracker
outside,
on her, wouldn't it?
yeah, definitely. But then you look at her from the outside, and it just looks like business as usual. You always admire those players who can just keep everything on an even keel, even when the inside is just paddling like
Yep.
mad.
Just absolutely knuckling down, eh?
Puts a little smile towards her opponent as he walks back into the room. Might have been a wee strategic break, that.
Yeah, like something got
Yep.
spotted. Yep.
Yellow right middle, I think. So she's back on her grind. Or as Buster Rhymes would say, she's back on her BS.
Yeah, maybe I'm not sure which set to go for here. I don't really see any yellows really on. But I guess she's going to have to go for a red.
Yeah, the yellows are awkward. I think she's definitely chosen the right set here. She just needs to make sure she gets this pot.
Oh,
No, not this time. Normally, though, the corner pockets on these tables are quite forgiving, but not on that occasion. Since Adams feel a little bit easier about himself that didn't go, because he knows that he's probably going to be 7-6 up if it had gone the way that me is seeing them at the moment. Trying to nut out what he's going to do with the reds around the black, I would say. Carefully doesn't get a big clip off that yellow.
got
Okay,
to get away
there.
from
He's
him a little bit there.
perfect, but he's still in hand. So that's a small white, big white schism because the big white probably would have gone into that yellow on bottom right of the table, but the small white doesn't.
Looking to disrupt his reds there in the middle. I don't think it's quite worked out as much as he'd hoped.
The one above the black might go. Doesn't look like it, but I reckon that ball goes.
Yeah, well, with the
Especially if you,
small white, you can
yeah,
usually have a bit more margin for error in these sorts of shots, I guess.
chuck a bit of lift on it, throw it in. Here you go.
Yep.
Throw it in. Had enough of a gap between the balls that he could just put a trace of lift on that, and that's all it needed. It looks like the red to the left of the black actually passes the yellow as well.
So he's just checking his angles here a little bit.
Ooh, you're going for the one next to the black now. No, he's not. Silly me.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
How you get on to the other one. This is should be fine. He's not having to queue over the whole ball.
Yep.
Only partially hindered queuing. You get in the final. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, well done, Adam.
So Adam Lilly 8-5, victorious over Mia Cock, but didn't Mia put up a spirited effort?
Absolutely. Like I was just saying before, really showing her the mental side of the game, being able to knuckle down and work well under pressure, right?
Yeah.
Just got a little bit unfortunate with that miss there at the very end for Mia. But she had a hard opening shot anyway. Adam just potting out pretty much everything at the moment. It's going to be a real interesting final, I think.